And quit shaking your foot.
What are you
nervous about?
Alone?
Well, I'm just gonna say I don't want your foot shaking in the fucking camera all weird.
It did last one.
That gives people anxiety. Seeing someone do that, whenever I see someone shaking their leg, gives me anxiety.
Because he has anxiety. That's why he's doing it.
Like
but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, everyone knows that.
Okay, well, let me just like cure my anxiety real quick.
No, it's just.
You know what really helps? Stop shaking your foot, and then your anxiety goes away.
It's your body.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's what I've done.
No, it's because I need to move. Let's go.
Oh, do you have Parkinson's?
Yeah.
No, you don't. He just has the inability to.
That's just because I always want to move.
I like how we have Travis in front of Travis.
Yeah,
well, that's why he was supposed to hide behind that.
You record it?
I was supposed to throw it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
get that out of there.
Finally, he's here.
Travis finally returns into the podcast.
He escaped his fucking cocoon.
His cocoon? He was stuck in the bear for a while.
Bro, Tyler, I can't do it now. Now it's distracting me. Bro. It's literally shaking
your
the
feet.
whole couch.
Make it seem like they're like glued to the ground.
Just put your foot. I don't know why this is hard. Your knee don't work?
No, I don't.
Here, I got you, bro.
We gotta focus on our posture. People have such bad postures.
We all.
If I'm watching TV or if I'm watching Disney or YouTube or any like streaming anything, dude, that's how I am.
Damn, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Ready, people, hold on. Oh wait.
Oh.
Get that one on.
Don't do that at home, all right?
No,
Seriously, don't do that at home.
Ooh. That felt amazing, people.
But yeah, did you hear about Disney? I think they're upping their prices
again.
Yeah, they're coming up with new prices.
That's because they keep doing that every time that they release something decent, like the Deadpool and Wolverine. They like to up their price for no reason.
I'll be honest though, they're not the only ones. My Hulu subscription increased.
Yeah, they all keep going up, and I don't know if that's because of inflation or.
I can guarantee you it's because of inflation, dog.
I mean, they can say whatever they want.
Dude, I remember when
and they can
Netflix
put the price
was
at whatever they want.
$10 a month, and now it's like $25 almost.
What's crazy right now? Have you guys? I mean, I'm poor, so I have the cheapest version of Netflix. There's ads on Netflix now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to upgrade to 20. It's like $21 a month to get the adless version.
Okay,
like,
the most
don't care.
They have ads now on
Ads
Netflix.
on Netflix, yeah.
Okay, the most bullshit thing they ever did was make it so it's based off of IP, so people can't share their passwords.
Exactly.
Did you know as soon as they changed that, it was like 20 million more so like people signed up for Netflix the next day. 20 million people.
And they saw that like
because everybody was sharing accounts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we're not stupid.
Yeah, it honestly sucked though, because I mean, me and my family were sharing an account. And,
Exactly.
Yeah, so was I.
When we moved out, I was like, well,
that was everybody because
you can add those accounts on. I'm still on my family's account.
I know,
well, it takes a lot of effort though, because then it says like send a code to your phone, and if it's hooked up to your mom's, then you gotta be like, Mom, can you send me the code?
Well, that's what I did.
How much money does one person need though? That's what I think about sometimes. Like, yes, we live in a capital society or whatever. You can make how much money you want.
But how much is too much?
But how much? I mean, seriously, you needed that 20 million extra? Like, how? I mean, you were already making bank. I mean, you were Netflix.
I mean, that's a lot of people.
I get that, but you know that
that's a lot of business.
It's human. It is human greed at the end of the day. They just want more money. And same thing with Disney. Like they're not only their streaming service, but like Disneyland, Disney World.
Well, they're looking at it like, oh, I could get another yacht if I up the limit like another $1.
And they have the right to. That's the part. Like, you can't
and it's
really
up to
argue.
the people to either buy it or don't.
Because that's the options you have. It's either do it or don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, shit.
Which is the great thing about capitalism, but at the same time, it's like, why does it have
that's
to
why
be?
That's why capitalism's really easy for everything to turn into a monopoly sometimes.
Well,
yeah,
it's just crazy because you guys remember how much like DirecTV and Dish all were. That stuff was like around 300. 300
with like add-ons. Like all the channels.
Yeah.
But it was like generally you could get decent stuff for like 100, 150 to 100 to $200. And now that's pretty much what you have to pay to have all the streaming services. It's just come complete full circle from where we were with the cable TV.
And think about how many streaming services there are, dude. Max, Disney.
Well, if you want everything and want to watch everything, yeah, that's probably like $100, $150. Imagine the top plan from every single thing too.
Yeah.
I mean the very top plan from everything. That's
I miss cable. I'm saying it. I'm saying it out loud right now, dude. I miss cable because not only because with streaming services, it's now constant. You get it there. There's no advertisement. There's nothing. Because I remember so many times when I was a kid, I was watching TV and like a commercial came on. I'm like, I don't feel like watching this commercial. I'm gonna go outside. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or do something.
Yeah.
Because you weren't so hyper fixated on it because it literally took you out of that moment. You know. But now you could just constantly watch it all the time. Watch it 4 times over if you want. And they know that, and that's why they raised the price. It used to be $8. I remember when it was $8 for Netflix. A month.
And that's when they sent DVDs.
$8, dude. And that, exactly, dude. They sent it to your house like Redbox, dude. I remember Redbox or Blockbuster for, think about like how movie has like progressed. You know what I mean? And so like they know that since it's simple and it's easy and you could get from your house, they know that. And because convenience is everything. Convenience is everything. It's like with dishwashers and stuff. It's like, okay, cool, it made our lives easier, but now, think about it, now you have to pay for electricity because of it. Now you have to pay the government. If it breaks, you have to pay someone to break it. When in simplicity, you could have just wrung it out yourself. It might take longer. Clean it yourself, hang it up outside, same thing. But it takes longer. So human convenience costs more money. And the only problem is we're getting more convenient every day. So that's more money every day.
Well, if we look at like dishwashers, you could clean all the dishes faster than the dishwasher would. Because the dishwasher is cleaning everything at the same time. But I feel like you would be able to clean the dishes a lot quicker if you just did it manually.
It depends on what you have. Cause if you have
it's about how clean it is, because it's not only about how fast it's doing it, but it's the quality that it's coming out too.
The sanitation would
right.
be a
That's
lot better
the
in a
dishwasher. And they know that. These companies know that. And when they're the only ones selling it and they're the only ones doing it, and they know you have no option. Because it's either, get a washer and dryer or don't. It's like everyone lives busy lives, so you can't, like, ain't nobody got time to spend 2 hours literally just washing their clothes. Like, no.
I mean, if you're unemployed, maybe, but.
Yeah, if you're unemployed, but I don't even know how you'd have that much clothes.
How you buying all those clothes in the first place?
Yep, so that streaming service crap is the epitome, dude.
I think that both cable and streaming services have pros and cons.
Definitely.
But I definitely think that like cable's going to be gone within the decade.
Yeah,
it's practically
cable is basically dead.
It's still there because my mom still uses cable, but
but then again, it's like, how old is your mom? Nobody younger than your mom's age is using cable.
She's 50 something.
Yeah,
okay. Imagine this one day: Dish comes out, or
I'm not gonna say her full age,
or DirecTV comes out with a service that says you can stream Netflix, Disney, all these different things. Because what are they gonna do? Just give up on cable?
Yeah.
And then just go out of business, bankrupt themselves? No, they're going to come up with a different option to be able to provide streaming.
You have to adapt
to others as well.
Mm-hmm. It's just more that's accessible. Just like the natural flow of like the economy. Think about all the businesses that go out every day because of evolving technology.
Freaking Sierra Mist, dude.
It literally comes down to technology and how far it comes and who's going to be the first to do it.
And who doesn't fall behind.
Yeah, Blockbuster, They actually came out with a streaming service, but nobody knew about it because everyone was using Netflix. And they died anyways because they were too late to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they actually came out with a streaming service.
Yep.
But
sounds lame as hell, honestly. But
dude, if Blockbuster, the store was still open, I would go there every Friday.
I would too.
I would pick out a movie, get pizza. Yeah,
the pizza, dude.
You get pizza and Domino's. That's a Friday night.
Yeah, it was always right. They were smart, dude. Blockbuster was smart. They always put their shit right next to a pizza place, taco place, something convenient, candy store. They were smart, and the people next in it. But that's what they don't have now. Is now that everything is so like disconnected from like the human interaction. There's no like, coherence of like, okay, so this business is here, and since they're like, you know what I mean? Like we owned a candy store when I was younger. We put it next to a daycare. We're not stupid. Do you get what I'm saying? We put it next to a daycare and there was a bar.
Drunk people
and children. Come on, you know what I'm saying? But you can't do that now because there's no, you're just on Netflix. No. Oh, this one's better than this one. Or social media. This one's better than this one.
You don't own a candy store either, so.
No. Yeah. That would help. He goes, oh yeah, 2008, Obamacare, made you go out of fucking business. Thanks, Travis. Thanks for the reminder, dude. It was a great time for my family. It was literally like those memes. That one where he's like, where's me and my sister dancing to Just Dance and not knowing that my family's in
and my parents yelling in the background about getting a divorce.
Yeah, getting a divorce and they have no money to spend or anything, and I'm just like, Just Dance, gonna be okay. Do. Exactly. But that's the fall, dude.
That's the child ignorance, bro.
Yeah. It's not even child ignorance, it's child innocence.
Well, yeah.
It's got nothing to do with ignorance.
Well, the innocence of a child is the greatest thing that we've ever lost now that we're grown up.
Interesting.
Now you never lose it.
Like, every day we have to wake up, go do our jobs, pay bills and everything. And it's just...
Yeah.
What?
He was making weird faces at everybody.
Why you lick at your lips when I'm talking about child innocence? It's got a weird
Because I wasn't an innocent child.
know something we don't.
Oh, it's
Okay.
anything but. Dude, this thing makes it look like I got a stomach.
You do got a stomach, bro.
Oh, hey, baby, sorry. What's up? What's up, guys? Okay, cool.
All right, he's got to step out for a
I got
second.
good news.
But
What's that?
yeah, child innocence, like that's one thing that we've all
It was
lost
easy.
now that we're like grown up.
That's okay.
And
that's even better news.
that's where like I think nostalgia actually comes from. Is like wanting to be a kid again and not have to worry about certain things in life where you can just
All right, so
literally
that's
do whatever you want.
great.
Like sure we have the
All right.
money and freedom to do whatever we want as an adult, but at the same time it's like I wish I could just not do anything.
No, I get you.
If I didn't have to work, that would be nice.
That would be nice. Just living at home.
Okay, but you wouldn't have any purpose.
Yeah, I mean, on some
I
level,
like having.
to.
I mean,
Yeah.
I maybe not necessarily like every job I've had to work. But at least it's giving me something to do, and expanded
Yeah.
my skill set.
Because what are you gonna do if you don't have a job? Just play games all day?
Yeah, and that's.
I mean, yeah, I've lived.
I know
an
that
unemployed
in
life.
like con.
I was like, I'm fucking paid
Hell
there,
yeah,
dude.
we have. Living through unemployment life is good for the first week.
Yeah, and then it sucks.
And next thing you know, you hate yourself every second of every day.
You start waking up at like
But-
past noon.
I'm pulling a Tyler here real quick. Side note, my fiance.
You son of a.
Well, my fiance called. So our cat last night. I didn't tell you about this, Jackson, but our cat last night got literally she was sick for like 3 days, couldn't walk.
Anemia.
Yeah, she got anemia, and we were gonna have to put her down, but blah blah blah. Long story short, we didn't have to. This and that money, you know how it is, money and crap. And so now she's good. So my fiance's gonna go pick her up right now from the hospital, and then we got like antibiotics and crap. It was like from a UTI, which is good, because if it was anemia that was like hereditary or whatever, then we'd have to deal with it literally for the rest of her life. But now that it was caused by a secondary thing, we just have to
Nice.
give her crap, and that's it.
Give her crap?
You know what I mean. Mother! I'm just kidding. How dare you!
You feed her crap?
Sometimes.
That's all you have to do. No, she eats her own, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
not
I
me
can't
feeding
help her, bro. Sometimes it's...
The amount of animals that I've had that have gotten cancer and died, or had to be put down,
Yeah.
is I think it's the last 4.
It's,
5.
For me, it's only tough when it's the toughest when they're young. Like the cat we have right now, she's only 3. So if we had to put her down, she was only 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If she was 15,
It's kind of like, oh, we kind
I
of
wouldn't,
expected her to
you
come
know,
in.
to be fair,
Yeah.
that cat wouldn't be alive right now if she was 15. I'm not spending that money for that cat. I mean, that's just reality of it. She lived her life, is what I'm saying. She lived a life, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So, like, but it's tough when they're young. Like, if they get, like, I had one dog got hit by a car. That was the worst one.
Oh.
Because they're just in pain the whole time, and they're putting them down, and they just don't know what's going on. And they're just like, and it was the worst. And I've been there for every single one of my animal put-downs. Because you should, and you always should. Because that's coward shit, if you don't.
Well, when I was in 6th grade,
I don't care.
I didn't go to the first one, and I've regretted it every
There you
day.
go.
Every day I've regretted
Yep.
it. I've actually cried over it sometimes.
That's
That's not even a joke.
I'm not that I'm
Not
laughing.
even a joke.
Yeah.
Every day.
Not that
Not
I'm
every
laughing.
day.
Not that I'm laughing, but
Nothing like the good old dead dog talk.
nothing like some damn tears to bring some joy to a man's heart. Hey man,
Tears?
every man turns into a little boy when an animal of theirs is hurt.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Not my dad.
Yeah,
He
not
does
my,
not.
not my dad.
He does not
Hell
cry.
no, not my dad. He eats them suckers, dude. He's like, oh, it's dying. Free me para eso, chingado. Pone en esta la azteca y pone salsa y todo. que
Start up
come."
the grill.
Yeah, he said it 1,000 times. He's like, I'm gonna eat that shit up.
What?
Yep. Not that he's serious.
Okay.
You never know my dad.
I'm sure about that.
Shout
You
out
never
Dad.
know when he's joking.
Shout out Dad if you even.
We should have him on the podcast.
That would be a great one. He would just be dicking on me the whole time.
That'd be perfect.
He'd be
That's
shitting
literally
on me.
all we need.
Literally, I would replace Tyler that day. It would be insane.
Tyler just rolled his eyes.
It would,
He's like-
it would be just terrible, dude. I'd be just getting shit talked all day and night.
The whipping boy.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Literally, we were at the AT&T store earlier because my phone's messed up, and he freaking
Again?
And again, with services too, talking about services, with those services too, phone plan services and
They
stuff like
suck.
that, they're terrible. They're
That's
freaking
pretty
terrible. AT&T can blow my balls. You
Okay.
heard.
I will say there have been some. I believe it's like the sun's shooting out a lot of radiation more than usual, and I think that's affecting some things. like satellites and towers and such things.
Can you imagine like calling AT&T customer service and you're like, these damn solar flares aren't making my phone work. I need you to fix this right now. These solar flares.
I think yeah, solar flares.
It's a flare, a solar.
Yeah,
the solar flare off the surface of the sun by the solar rays that hit it. The solar radiation.
That's what hits us.
The solar winds, yeah.
Yeah, because those big loops aren't coming out all the way to us. Yeah,
the flare would murder all of
but
us.
the flare is what causes.
That's what gave Johnny whatever his powers.
Johnny Cash.
Wrong Johnny. We're talking about Johnny from
Storm?
Flame On.
Johnny Storm.
What's his name?
Johnny Storm.
Oh, it's Johnny Storm.
How many times do I gotta say
Wait,
it?
what's his super? Oh, Human Torch.
Johnny Sins.
I was about to say Johnny Sins.
Wrong superhero.
Favorite
Wrong
doctor,
superhero.
actor,
Astronaut.
veterinarian, astronaut, dude. Emphasis on the ass. Astronaut.
Yeah.
So with satellites, there's a lot more satellites that have come up into space over the years. Like Starlink, that's one that's planning to launch. I think it's like another 5,000 in the future. But they already
5,000
have
what?
satellites. Yeah.
How many satellites are in our orbit?
A lot.
60. There's
60.
There's been 60,000 that have
1,000.
Yeah, that have been launched.
There's a lot.
Bro, you said really?
But
60,000.
active ones, yeah, active ones.
Because you got to
there's
think
like
about
20.
it, all cell phone
There's like
towers have to
20,000.
have a satellite.
What?
Don't all cell towers have to have connection to a
I
satellite?
think they
No.
just have to be.
Cell towers connect to each other,
That's
and
what I
then the
thought.
satellites are a different communication.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but they're trying to
But
move
satellites
to
for like radio and shit.
that. Yeah.
Satellite radio. and-
Well, okay, satellite
Tracking or
and
GPS,
data,
right?
it's all radio waves.
Right.
It's just dependent on which radio waves they have, which ones are bigger, which ones are shorter. Because Wi-Fi is the same as radio waves. It's just 2.4 is a lot smaller, and it can't go through walls.
Yeah, that's right.
And then as it gets bigger, like 5 gigahertz, 6 gigahertz, those waves get bigger.
So
and they
okay,
can't
how much
get
is a
through.
gig? So a giga, so a hertz. But I thought like for example like hertz was like a measurement for
Like the car company? Like the one you can rent cars from?
I thought it was a car company.
I thought Hertz was like
No, but I'm
completely
just
different.
I'm just trying to talk about the measurement of what hertz was. I thought hertz was for like.
Isn't it the distance between the wavelengths? Technically, you know.
I thought it was how
That
fast.
would make sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
how fast they react because like for example like a phone screen can be
Well, 6
120
gigahertz.
hertz.
Okay, well it all comes down to like sine and cosine, right? Because you have this start of the wave here, and it either goes up, which I believe is sine, and then cosine's going down.
It's measuring the distance.
Oh, do you mean like where it goes? So on a graph it would go down first for cosine and up for sine.
Yeah, so
You're
sine,
right.
it would start here, go up, go down, and then up again. At that point, that's the measurement of the wave right there. So that would be
Okay.
the 5 gigahertz or 6 gigahertz.
Well, that makes sense, I guess. Actually,
Yeah.
that makes.
And that's why the 2.4 would be smaller, because the number is 2.4.
I guess that does make sense.
Well, you learned yourself
Well,
something today.
I guess so, but I just never understood
Travis was
because
right.
there's so many different measurements.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different. Yeah,
It's the
It
number.
makes sense. Yeah, when you explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When he
it-
said it,
it-
I was like, damn.
In here,
Never
it
thought of
just
it.
says
You're like,
hertz is the unit used to
Where the hell
measure
did you hear that
frequency,
from?
the number of cycles or
What'd
oscillations
you
that
say?
occur in 1 second.
Huh?
I said that hertz, the definition is a unit used to measure frequency or the number of cycles or the oscillations that occur in 1 second.
Yeah,
And it has
Hertz a
radio.
second.
the oscillations.
Hertz is used for sound, radio waves, computer processors, alternating electric currents,
Computer process. Okay, that makes sense. So
Gigahertz.
that's
and then CPU clock rate.
Yeah, megahertz.
yeah. There you go. That makes sense. So megahertz are bigger than.
No, gigahertz
No,
are bigger than
gigahertz are bigger.
megahertz. Because
Yeah.
megahertz can be
Oh, like a megabyte.
translated
Yeah,
into
okay, I guess that makes sense.
gigahertz.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Because
giga's higher
Mega,
than mega.
gigabyte. Yeah. I got
Because right now there's RAM that can run at like 56 megahertz. That could be translated to 5.6 gigahertz.
it. Mm.
So if
Yeah.
you look at the processor, you could say on one or the other, but they prefer gigahertz for CPUs and GPUs versus megahertz for RAM.
Well,
so
like-
it depends on which component you're talking about that you'll either say gigahertz, megahertz.
So they use it on like what spaceships and shit too.
Yeah, technology is everywhere.
Well, yeah, they use it on.
But I just mean like, is it like a main component? Like with.
Well, yeah.
I mean, but I'm just trying to think.
That's how we differentiate which waves are going where. And what they're
But there has to be a
communicating.
different.
Well, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm not trying to say anything. I'm more
Like
just curious.
which components?
I'm legit just a curious guy.
Well,
Right
I don't
now.
understand the question. Like, what? Are
Well,
you
I'm
talking
saying
about?
when it comes to, I'm just saying.
For wavelengths or components?
I guess both. I'm just curious on how it correlates to what would happen during like what parts of like a spaceship or like a like Elon Musk or SpaceX and crap would do. So like how would they incorporate that into what they would do for their rockets and stuff?
Well, it's not like they need to incorporate it. We use it every day.
I'm that's not what I mean. I'm talking about like if well,
that's going to have different components, right? And it's going to have faster
components. I mean, yeah.
Because it needs to be able to do it, like, in an instant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying I'm thinking what kind of crap they got on their crap is what I'm saying. Like, what
it's
kind of shit
definitely
they
not
got on
commercial.
there.
Because there are different components.
Yeah,
There's commercial, and then there's private, like, that companies come up with. So the private ones aren't available to the commercial people yet until, like, years, like 5-10 years later.
Didn't Elon Musk get a bunch of crap for that? I remember I seeing an interview with him where he was talking about they didn't like how he was taking aerospace into a private sector. So
yeah, people were giving him crap. And even Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a whole video of him like getting literally emotional over it.
Yeah, well, imagine the person that you looked up to like a majority of your life.
Honestly,
say
though,
that
Elon's
about
a G, though. He's literally out here changing the world. And
I love Elon.
And
Elon's
I love him
people.
too, dude. He is he's an inspiration.
Yeah, the way he's getting SpaceX. I love his boring
He's literally
company.
just like, I'll do it myself.
Have you guys heard of the boring company?
Yeah.
I wish I would have got one of those flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we had like 30,000. It was a bad idea.
And we sold out in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And they were only $500, and they were made for like, I don't know, $50.
Their purpose was, if you look it up, and I would use it for that, it was literally to get snow off your driveway.
Yeah, there's plenty of videos.
You know what I mean?
doing
Or
that.
on your grass. You could torch your grass, and it'll get the snow off of the grass.
Isn't a problem with that is if you heat up concrete enough, it actually like explodes.
Well, and it's just not good to like, you know,
Well,
something
yeah,
super cold to super
and
hot.
then super hot really
I mean, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happens when when water melts and it seeps into the roads asphalt.
Yeah, that's why the
it'll,
cracks happen.
freezes.
it'll crack. Well, yeah, it'll freeze and expand because it's just a bigger like when ice is itself, its atomic structure is like a lattice. So it's thicker and
They're thicker and
bigger.
denser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but if you're really rich and have a lot of money, you'll just buy concrete to where snow can't build up on it. Heated concrete.
Yeah, you can do
with
that.
the driveways. Yeah,
Do you
I've seen those
see
heated
that?
driveways,
Yeah, I wish-
dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember.
You just need a little bit of heat too. It's just literally melted
Well,
away.
imagine that on the roads. That's what like people in Japan and stuff are trying to get done.
That's what I saw.
way too
Because
much.
there was this company that was making like hexagonal.
Yeah, they
like-
use the kinetic kinetic energy that cars create while driving to power the heat underneath the roads.
That
Because
would
there's
be
little
so
panels
cool.
that drop down when they go.
You have
The
to think about
the
how
only problem with that
much
is-
money.
Yeah, but they're not really stressed.
Yeah, the infrastructure would be insane for that because then you've got to replace it.
Well, that's why
it
they're not doing it
breaks.
in America yet.
And
Whoa.
the other thing about that is, say it freezes over so much that it can't get that kinetic energy, and then it stays frozen. Like, what do you do at that point?
Well,
How
I'm
do
sure
you
they
heat
would.
it
I'm
up?
sure they have a solution for that, but I don't know.
Just
What do you mean?
store battery like
Bunch of big
towers.
fans.
Oh yeah, well I mean yeah, they could probably have stored batteries that like because it's not going to use all the kinetic energy that it like collects over the day to power the thing probably. So they'll probably
Windmills-
store it in a battery.
Okay, windmills are the worst source of energy.
Yeah, and they're waste.
They're a waste. To be able to create a windmill takes more like CO2 than what it can offset.
Well, not just that.
It doesn't offset what it did to be created.
When they break and they need to be retired, they're like the trash of a windmill. They can't deposit it like in a landfill. They have to do something special with it, and I'm forgetting.
And they can't recycle
You have to
it.
think about how much land they
and-
clear to have those stupid windmills. Like where
Exactly,
we live,
and I can't
there's,
think of
oh
what
my
happens
god, there's
to
like
them.
100 literally.
Alien invasion whenever I see them.
Yeah,
It
literally
lights
looks
up.
like there's an alien
Well, yeah, that's
invasion at
out.
the end
That's
of
out
that.
east.
That's way out
what-
east.
Yeah,
If that, there's a crap ton of land out there where they don't have to clear anything.
bro, there's a bunker
But
out there.
but even there, oh
Yeah.
god, there's definitely a bunker out there, dude.
Well, if
It's
it, like,
so much
was-
open land.
If it was like the better solution, all the windmills and stuff, they would be putting them freaking
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They would be putting them everywhere, but they're not.
I think Elon Musk is working on that though, like with car
Solar.
tires and
He's
stuff
working
like
on
that.
solar.
And also, he's working on building tunnels.
Because he said, what was it?
That's a good
There was
one.
a certain amount of area that if you took, I think it was like 50 by 50 square miles, if you put solar panels in just that area, you could power all of the U.S., he said. All of the U.S.
That's why there's so many solar
I don't know.
panels.
I don't
That's
agree.
why there's so many solar panels.
I'm not
out
a huge
in the,
advocate of solar.
Hobby
Well,
Lobby.
imagine that you put it in Nevada, where there's no one.
Well, yeah, that's
really.
why there's so many there. In the Mojave
I
Desert.
remember reading on that.
There's no one
I
there.
got a bad joke. I don't want to say it.
Oh,
Well, now you
how
have to
bad is
say
it?
it.
How bad is it?
No.
What?
You announced it. Now you have to say it.
I was gonna say, 50 square miles. How big are those Native American reservations?
Hey, I know exactly where we can put these solar panels, dude.
Okay.
But I think the best source of energy is nuclear. Nuclear
That's
energy is the best.
But
it gets a bad rap.
it's
The
the
only-
solar.
well, no, the
It's the
only
solar I have an issue with, dude.
Why?
I remember looking up something like especially solar panels and how much that they the material that they cost to make a solar panel, and not only that, but the natural resources it makes to make a solar panel, but the actual stuff you get out of a solar panel too, is not really that good. That's why you need so many, and we'd have to, like you said, we'd have to have a huge place of land that would need it and whatnot, but my whole thing is it's one of those things that's easier said than done. Oh, let's just switch to solar. It's like you can't. You know what I mean? Like if it was that easy, we would have done it already.
I think that solar panels are good for supplemental power, not necessarily as a main source. So if a city's already got an established electrical grid and like they're good, they're chilling off of that, and they have ways to power that. I think solar power is good to just keep for when the city grid goes down, and so they can just store all that energy and use it for whenever we need more energy. But not only that, gosh, what was I gonna say? You took so long, I forgot. Oh wait, what were you saying before? Oh, nuclear. Okay, that's what it was. The nuclear waste. So like, that's the only thing that's the problem with nuclear energy, because we can't get rid of the waste.
Shoot into space.
The only that's not.
I'm pretty sure nuclear reactors don't create waste.
I thought
they
did.
do.
No,
I thought
because
that
you're
was why
thinking
it was
nuclear
nuclear.
power, as in like for atom bombs.
There's
And stuff.
radio-
A
Radioactive
reactor
waste.
means like think of Iron Man, dog. It
Well, I know what it
creates
is.
its own
It's a
energy.
whole bunch of like poles inside
Uranium
nuclear
poles.
rods. Yeah, and then they send currents through them, and it's filled up with water, hot water.
Did you know you can swim in the water, like 10 feet from the surface of the
it's
water
hot
and
as
down?
shit. You can't get in that water.
You can go in that water. It's when you get closer to the rods that's where it gets hot, because why else would they have water?
I'm
If
not
the
gonna
water
be
was just
swimming
boiling
in
hot, it's
nuclear
not gonna
water
keep it.
anytime soon. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I'm just saying you
coming
you
out looking
would
like
be able
Barnacle
to.
Boy.
Yeah. Fuck
No, you can swim in
crazy.
it because the atoms from the nuclear deposits doesn't come up that far.
Still, it's just like
Well, okay, I've watched so many videos on this stuff.
Me too.
I mean,
like
I
this
could
stuff.
eat grasshoppers, but
So the big thing about it is people look at Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, right? So Chernobyl was the worst disaster of nuclear ever seen, ever recorded. And they shut it down, and you wouldn't be able to live there for 25,000 years. I think they brought that number down because it's clearing up a little.
Yeah, no, it's
faster.
almost safe to be there now.
I wouldn't say that.
I-
but-
Well, I mean, it's not like you're gonna drop dead.
no.
Unless you're there for,
Well, you'll
I
probably
think
get
it's like 2
cancer
hours.
if you just step foot in there.
If you're there for 2 hours, then you start to get
I think you get sick. You don't like die.
radiation sickness.
Yeah.
But 3 Mile Island was the perfect example of how they shut it down quick enough, because there was an error that happened. They shut it down, and it all went properly, but then they shut down the whole compound because they were like, it's going to explode.
But that's going to explode.
Dude, the
3 Mile Island was in New York.
I know. I thought you were talking about Chernobyl still. Oh.
in Chernobyl
God,
though,
explode.
the elephant's foot, that thing is crazy.
Dude, that is insane. So the elephant's foot is basically an ooze that was created from melting. Was it the concrete or something?
It was
melted.
it was a bunch of stuff that got melted together.
Yeah, and it's full of radiation. And even if you stood next to it for
It's probably
2 minutes,
it's like
you
one
were
of the most
basically dead.
radioactive. Yeah, it's one of the most radioactive things in the world.
And you could actually see it on camera. Like, they had cameras filming it, and the film got messed up from all the particles flying around.
All the Chernobyl footage is messed up. It's all you can see the radioactive stuff in all of it too.
Well, I'm just saying,
Well,
the elephant's foot was way
elephant's
worse.
I know nothing
bad.
honestly about when it comes to any of those. I didn't really.
But
pay
anyway,
attention to much of that.
the main issue that I think that gets the bad rap is that there is waste, and it has half-lives, and it takes forever for the waste to go away because
We'd
we
have to
can't
look
get rid of
that
it.
up.
We can't put it in the ground.
We'd have to
Well, I
fact
have
check that.
Yeah, because it is the cleanest of all the different ones, because it doesn't take up as much
It
space.
has high
and
risk, but it still has the waste.
I don't know if it has as much waste
I-
that
yeah,
you're
Well,
thinking.
then
I think
where would nuclear waste come from then?
No, because that's where the power goes.
Yeah.
The power is
Okay, well,
that
where does
nuclear
nuclear waste
radiation.
come from? Because we have that as an actual problem.
It was back in the 50s when
So
they were
we're not
performing
we're not
tests.
accruing nuclear waste
Well, if we're
anymore.
I don't
dropping
believe so.
bombs, I would assume that it's not good for the air.
Oh, did you see the ore that was made from when they tested one of the first bombs in Arizona.
Oh, are you talking about the Trinity Project?
Yeah, the Trinity. It's like
or the Manhattan.
It's like Trinitite.
The Manhattan Project.
No, it's the Trinity one.
Are you talking about the one? So there's a movie, and it's called Fat Man and Little Boy, something like that. And the guy's holding up the core away from this lithium lid or lead lid with a screwdriver, and that was the only way to like see how it would react and everything. But he accidentally dropped it, and even for I think it was 5 seconds. It took him 5 seconds to move it. He died 30 days later from radiation poisoning. And then there was 6 other people in the room, I believe, and he marked where they were. And the people, like 2 people closest, died.
Damn, dude,
and they were only like 3 feet away.
You guys ever see someone die from radiation poisoning? Dude,
I've seen videos.
I would never want to go out that way, bro.
Rough.
You're suffocating on yourself.
There was this one Russian guy who opened a door and he got blasted with a what was it, a proton or a photon through his head, and he just got radiation poisoning like that. Like, he was dead 90 days later or something like that. I can't remember if it was a Russian or Ukrainian or it was some European country that it happened in.
Fuck.
But it was sad because he started losing all of his skin.
Dude, you literally just deteriorate.
You deteriorate.
Yeah, your body is dying with you still alive.
I think
you're dying.
I'm pretty
Literally
sure what
dying. You're
radiation
dying
does
on a molecular level.
Well, yeah,
like,
it's
crazy.
decomposing.
Yeah, it's
as you're alive.
unbinding your molecules.
Yeah, as you're alive. It's
which is just the craziest thing to hear.
But
but we said screw it, drop it.
The thing that I was talking about was the Trinity.
We didn't say that.
People
in the past.
The thing I was talking about was the thing at the Trinity site. It's the name to the soil that was fused into glass-like consistency by the heat from the Trinity test.
Yeah,
and it's like its own rock now.
Oh yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah. I was
really
talking about
cool.
something completely
What do you mean
different.
it's its own rock?
Well, it's
It
the
created
soil.
its own.
Well, yeah, the bomb was so like intense that at the point of contact, it melted like the soil.
The sand.
Yeah.
But how, so they're saying that's a new.
Well, it was only created there.
Not a new element.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was like, Jesus.
rock.
No,
bro,
but
you
it
made
like
a new element.
But no, it just made like a new rock because it's
yeah.
only found at that spot.
Trinitite.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, and it sells for a lot. You can actually get a tiny piece
It's
of it.
not
if you
radioactive.
No.
Go.
I mean, I'm sure at first maybe it is, but after a while.
Well, what, you run it under some hot fucking water?
Well, look,
What do you think? Nagasaki? You think that's still radioactive? Nagasaki?
Is it not?
No. They rebuilt the
Yeah,
city.
they
I don't
rebuilt
understand
the
that
city.
how that works. So how does a nuclear bomb go off or how does a nuclear site
Radiation
go off in Chernobyl?
radiation has half-lives, and that's how it fades away.
No, but I don't know. I still don't understand that.
See, like, look, it has cool colors and stuff. It has the red one. There's green.
Because the difference between a nuclear bomb and a nuclear power plant is the bomb has an instant reaction and it dissipates immediately. Like you were saying, the half-lives. So the rods of your uranium, those have a half-life of what, like 60 or 6,000 years?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
The fuck?
So you
do
could
know what
use
a
it for
half-life
6,000
is?
years and get power from it.
It takes a certain amount of years for a certain amount of it to decompose,
Chemistry.
and then that's half of it. And so now it has another
Well,
half-life.
no. I'm not confused about. Oh, what? I just mean like, yeah, that's a long time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why it's a problem. Because we don't have a real way of getting rid of it.
Nuclear power would be the best, but Elon was right about the solar being like 50 by
Just water
50
it.
square
Yeah.
miles. And hydro plants are pretty cool because the water's flowing anyways. And if we need a dam there,
Like dams are problems though, from what I know.
well, it depends on the area. Like if people aren't getting enough water, yeah, that's the dam's fault because it's supposed to hold back the water. It's supposed to reserve it.
The whole point is to make it go slower.
Well, it's supposed to
that it can
reserve
funnel
the
it,
water.
yeah.
Because, what was it? The Hoover Dam? It got to a really low point.
I went there. That was pretty cool.
It was cool.
I was like, oh, I just thought about Transformers the whole time though.
Well, at one point you're in one time zone and then you go to another one halfway through. You're like, ah!
I want to do the basketball thing where you throw it down and it like rolls it back.
That would be cool.
What is that called? What's that science called?
The Magnus effect.
That's what I thought. I was gonna say madness effect, and then I was like,
The
that's not
madness
right.
effect.
That's not right.
I'm mad, dude!
I'm pretty sure it's the Magnus.
No, I think you're right because it builds up velocity as it's spinning, and it has no other
And
choice but to go.
Yeah, it
up.
curls up.
Yeah.
Well, it curls outwards, right?
Right.
It doesn't go up.
No.
I was like, what? There you
But
go.
like,
Up?
but
you'll
since
see it
the-
like subsist, and that's what we mean by like curl.
Yeah,
up.
it's cool. It'll go like
Well,
straight
it's because
down,
of the
all of a
air.
sudden it'll
Well,
just
The air resistance.
right
is enough.
pushing
yeah.
up on the ball
'Cause
and
it
then-
doesn't go
and then
back
the momentum
up.
of the gravity taking it
It
down.
just...
Yeah, it's only.
It's like an airplane.
But
It's
you
like an
have to,
airplane
you just have to give it a
landing.
spin.
But you know what I mean? Like it's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's flying type shit.
I wonder if Elon's going to come up with an airplane. Because they were talking about an electric one.
I actually watched a video or an interview. I think he talked about this on one of the Joe Rogan ones, but he said that his plate's just too full. He said he could design a plane if he wanted to, but he doesn't see like the necessity right now. He wants to focus more on space travel.
Space travel is so
because
cool.
if he figures out,
and he already has
ground travel and space travel, the truth is, you know.
But he said he could do it if he wanted.
Air travel would become obsolete between us.
So the question is he ever going to get bored? Because once he finishes...
I doubt it, dude. He has so many cool, interesting projects.
Isn't he only, like,
40-something? I think he's pushing 50.
Dude, I don't think he's going to get bored.
Think about it. SpaceX, going with space. He's got, obviously, a lot of stuff going on the land with Tesla and that kind of traveling. What about ocean at some point?
That would be cool.
He said he would never touch it, but I feel like if he completes space... land.
Well, I mean, he's not going to complete space. Once he gets out on Mars, he's going to realize, oh, there's more planets we can go to.
Well, yeah, it's going to be. He said it's going to be.
Because it's not going to just be like, well, yeah, it's not going to be just.
I don't think we're going to go to Mars in
2028 was when they said they wanted to launch.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in our lifetime. Yeah, I think it will be.
I think it's going to definitely.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
This is my thing.
A lot of things in our lifetime.
This is my thing. If we went to Mars, it would be for really no reason other than to prove we could go to Mars.
Exactly. That's the whole point. That's a scientific discovery.
He did say try and.
It's the same way we're trying to re-land the rockets.
But for me, it does not
offset the atmosphere.
No, but that's different.
Because you'll save money on not having to build.
No, I'm not talking about money, but the moon landing compared to this is going to be different. Well, and the only reason I say this is because that's the first time that anyone's been on a different
celestial
body.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. We're going to a planet that's literally got nothing that we can possibly, from my normal person, not astrophysicist.
Well, they said that there's two ways that we could like fastly make Mars more like habitable.
No. But that's my thing is like that would be detrimental. If we were trying to make it so that humans could live on Mars, now we got 2 planets to worry about, and only 1 planet to get the resources from.
We also have to think
Mars has resources we can use.
It doesn't have water. It doesn't have food. It doesn't have
shelter.
It doesn't have.
It has ice caps.
But
so to have water.
Okay, it's got water. We'll give it that. It's got water, but it doesn't have the means to turn that ice cap into water without the stuff of Earth.
Yeah, but we don't know what's actually under the surface.
There's 2 things that we could do to make Mars habitable, where it can provide food and water and stuff like that. And Neil deGrasse Tyson talked about it. He's like, and also Elon Musk, I think. He said there's a fast way and a short way. Short way is importing all our greenhouse gases over to Mars to slowly warm it up. But that would take literally.
He's literally talking about what is it called? Some alien stuff. What is it called? Where you literally change the atmosphere of a planet. What's it called?
Are you talking about terraforming?
There you go, terraforming.
No, he's not. I mean, yeah, technically, I guess, but that's
what it would be.
He would do it. It's pretty much the equivalent of having a very increased global warming on Mars.
And that's what it would need to get in.
And that's what would need to happen for it to be habitable, because it's cold there.
But this is my.
But then the other one. Sorry, hold on. Let me give you the other reason. Then you tell me. The other way we can do it, the fast way, is we nuke the shit out of it.
Yeah. With like 50 nukes.
Yeah, we nuke the shit out of Mars and it'll be good.
But this is what
we'd have to wait for the radiation to go away.
Right, but this is my point is what would be the reason for us to go to Mars if it's only going to create more of an issue for us?
Well, our population is going to steadily increase. Eventually, Earth will not be sustainable.
But we will have 2 separate species.
Granted, that's a long
time. But do you get
time,
what I'm saying? If Earth doesn't become sustainable, this is because I need to know what their objective is. If their objective to go to Mars is to then find another thing, because my opinion is that these planets are here as jumping points. In my opinion, when it comes to humans,
that's what Elon said too.
And humans and really,
yeah,
okay, with humans and interstellar travel, I believe these planets are jumping points. They're not the one.
Well,
but the thing is, if we get all these planets that have all these different resources, we can literally make a colonization system where we get resources from all these other planets, and we don't have to take it from Earth. If Neptune or whatever has a huge thing of lithium, bro, that would change everything. Okay. If we could get that lithium from there instead of grabbing it from our Earth, killing our planet, we could kill a planet not kill the planet, but you know what I'm saying? Do something to a planet that's not really hurting us as humans. But we get to use those resources. That is where I would understand. But the problem with that is if our thing is our planet's dying, which I'm not saying it is in that point or whatever.
Well, it is.
It is.
But we can get into that talk, but do you get what I'm saying? It's not dying to the point that everyone thinks it's dying, and that's the truth. That's the truth. It's not dying to the point that everybody thinks it's dying. That's fear-mongering. That's my opinion on
So
it.
it's not like that.
I think it's to a point where it is fear-mongering.
So this is my thought on the whole thing. So Elon Musk has said that the moon is going to become like a space station, basically.
Yeah.
We're going to put people on there to be able to go to different things
Right, it's a
from
hub.
there.
Exactly.
Because it's easier to launch off from there and all that.
And the stuff it produces doesn't go on the Earth. It goes where we don't have to mess with it. That's what I'm saying.
That's not, we wouldn't do industrial things there. We wouldn't like create objects and stuff like that. We would just launch from there to a different planet.
Right, I just mean that the gases that the rocket ship produces, because it's a lot, would not be on Earth, it would be somewhere else. But that's what I'm trying to say is Earth would be, we would try to help, we would not get our resources from Earth anymore. Earth would be the place where we would simply call, it's our home planet, which sounds crazy to say out loud, but do you get what I'm saying? The Earth, we wouldn't have to mine it anymore. We wouldn't have to use the oil, because if we could find that in other... I'm just saying, I'm just saying if we could find it on other planets, do you get what I'm saying? And we come up with a system, obviously this is a long time from now.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to find all of our resources here on Earth on every other planet.
Yeah, not every planet has the same stuff.
Yeah.
No, I know they wouldn't. I'm not saying that they would have every... No, I'm saying, okay, I'm not saying that Mars would have iron, trees, and...
It would have nothing.
And no, but this is what I'm saying. But if Mars has...
Oh, okay.
If Mars has... let me go Minecraft real quick.
Yeah.
If Mars has gold, for example, and Neptune has iron, and freaking Mercury has copper, what I'm saying is that with those three resources, we don't have to grab copper, iron, or gold from our Earth anymore. We can grab it from those planets. Then helping our Earth, because then we don't have to use gas machines to then mine it and dig into our Earth to help us out. That's my point.
Let me tell you why that wouldn't work.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with that.
The cost is the biggest
Yes.
thing. They wouldn't want to go out there.
Businesses.
They do not want to go out there and have to transport it back here. They're going to pull from Earth anyways.
I'm not saying that this is plausible. I'm just saying for me, I don't know why they
to solve the problem.
Right. I don't know why we would be going to other planets if not to fix that problem. Because going to Mars doesn't get us anywhere as to the point of like we want to help our planet.
You got to accept the possibility that there may be a time where we won't call Earth home anymore.
Well, that's the thing. The Earth is dying. Our resources are
finite.
infinite. Like the oil, that's not unlimited
but that's
resources
not,
forever. That'll run out.
But that's like, but the equivalent is saying like we're dying.
Well, there are
when
other
you say the
planets
Earth
out
is dying,
there.
it's like saying we're dying. We're dying every day.
Dying can mean dying over 1 million, 2 million years.
Exactly.
But
this is the problem. But
But
nowadays, people have a problem with that understanding. They think we're dying right now.
Why not
In the
fight for
sense of like
future?
it's gonna. No, it has nothing to do with fighting for the future.
I think it does.
Because the problem is when you're trying to fight for a future, but you're putting your present in peril, that doesn't work.
Well,
When you fearmonger people into thinking they're gonna die the next day and drop dead.
We're not talking about that.
I am because that's my thing. I
don't think
agree
that's a
that the Earth
problem.
is not infinite. Nobody says that. Nobody thinks the Earth is infinite. That's the problem that we're having. My problem with the conversation is that I don't like that there's like this huge stigma that it's my fault or it's Travis's or your fault that since we need to go to work every day and get in our car, that Taylor Swift's allowed to fucking dump tons of fucking fuel into the air to make her stupid shows.
Yeah, it's not.
And then they want to look at us and say, I gotta buy a $90,000 electric car that, mind you, not good for the planet either. You ever see a fucking lithium plant or a cobalt plant? Looks like a goddamn nuke dropped off in a forest. And we have no control over the people working that. You know who's working that? Little children. Little children are getting you your Tesla batteries. So if you want to feel better about it, that's my problem. If you think you're saving the Earth, you're not. You're buying an electric car, you're not saving shit. Okay? So that's my thing. And when these companies are looking at you going, you're spending all this money, you're the one emitting gas every day. He's emitting CO2 every day, this and that. And we need you to buy these $60,000 vehicles that don't do anything better for the planet. And they're trying to fearmonger you and manipulate you into thinking that you're doing something good.
Because it takes more to mine that stuff with gas than the actual gas
They
cars.
use the actual fucking gas cars. But mind you, they're $40,000 more expensive.
Now, I will still get a Tesla because they're just cool.
I have one.
Fast.
They're nice. That's not my point, but you don't see me going, I'm saving the Earth! The fuck I'm not. I just made some 12-year-old Congo kid build my battery.
Congo kid? Is that what you said?
Yep. Some fucking Nicaraguan child. Just go ahead and give me my freaking battery. No, but you guys are going like this, but that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
You're wincing at the reality. That's the reality, people. So
So-
keep in mind, don't let them lie to you. Do your own research.
Bringing it back to what I was talking about. So from the moon, we would launch off to Mars. It still takes 18 months to get there.
Yeah.
And round trip
Yeah.
takes what was it? Because you have to wait 2 years for it to line up perfectly to get that 18 months.
Right.
And then after 2 years, you can come back. So after the trip of 18 months, you have 6 months to do whatever you need
isn't
to,
that
and
time
then get
different
back.
though? Because isn't it like light years and stuff? So isn't
No.
the farther away that we would be? So for example, a star that I see in the sky, in actuality, is not there. Because I'm seeing it from
that's
20
way far
million
out,
light
though.
years away.
Yeah, this
That-
is different.
no,
Because
that's-
Mars
But
is
it's
closer.
not that far though. It's
No,
not-
because that's
okay.
farther than light speeds. Cause
Like actual
that's
18
why
months.
that's the whole thing where if like you go like fucking 5,000 light years out there and you put a mirror and then you instantly teleport back to Earth, you'll see the pyramids or some shit.
Yeah. If you go far enough away from the Earth,
Because
you can see
light
the
hasn't
dinosaurs
traveled
roaming.
there yet to like update.
Right, yeah, but that's what I just was wondering where that threshold was, and to where you
No, it's-
actually
it's-
will see the literally time travel effects. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
I mean,
It's way out there, like
yeah,
out
it's-
of our solar system,
yeah.
and out of the Oort cloud and stuff
and
like
it's
that.
also different around a black hole because you get time dilation because gravity is different.
Yeah, because if you're looking at a star, it could actually be to the left of where you're seeing it because of other stars warping the image around
See, isn't that crazy to think, like, I don't know, just on the origins of stuff, like, how does everything somehow, I mean, there's paradoxes out there beyond compare, but how does everything from what we know add up?
Black
I mean,
holes
isn't that
are-
weird?
Black holes and and stars and stuff are just very interesting.
The soul, because
Yeah.
to humans now, and even back when, I mean, 100 years, 200, 300, 400 years ago, the space has always been, like, unreal.
It's the final frontier.
Because it is the final frontier. And there's a lot of, and I agree with this theory too. And Elon Musk, I'm pretty sure, had this theory since we're talking about it. He pretty much said that every civilization between our past, because we don't know, has gotten to the point of where they almost got into interstellar travel but failed, and
because of an extinction.
because of an extinction-wide event.
Yeah.
And I'm big on that because there's stuff out there, like the pyramids, for example. You know, we're not going to get into that again. I
Conspiracy.
I don't necessarily think, because for me, there's a rational thought to everything. These people had to have figured out a way to do this that we don't know about, because you know they're thinking in a different mind space. You know, if you're going, it doesn't matter if you're going fishing and you bring someone who's a race car driver and a boxer. They have different mindsets on how they would fish, for example. It doesn't matter what, because there's little things that would change someone's, I mean, culture, religion. I mean, if these people seriously thought to a religious point that something was out there, I mean, the body, the mind, and, you know, whatever would do whatever it needs to do to get stuff like that done.
Well, still, nobody can explain how it was built.
We can't.
That's point
We
blank
can't. But
fact.
that's my point, is our minds are thinking, well, they have to have done this and this.
Dude,
Well, there's
nobody,
been people that have
nobody
shown-
throughout history's been able to.
No,
not one person.
That's not what I'm. You know, but that's
Well,
that's
what
what
about
I'm saying.
the
That
Aztec
you're
and the
proving
Mayan
my point.
pyramids?
Exactly. You don't question that shit.
Dude, if we
That
ever-
shit was near impossible too.
Well,
I don't see
Yeah,
you
I mean,
going,
it's-
aliens built
It's
that.
still built the
Well,
same
tell-
as the pyramids.
Yep.
No, it's not though. Why can't anyone explain why they were built then? No one can. No one can explain the actual way of how those
Again,
great pyramids were built.
Well,
We could.
because their mind.
We can.
We
There's
could,
been people
but
that
again,
have tested
there's
and
theories,
gone
but yeah,
through.
I understand what
There's
you're
no
saying, Trey.
official theory that
Yeah.
is concrete that said this is how it was
Well, yeah,
built.
'cause
It's
there's
still
no way to
But
not
to
know.
to be fair, but you would, because then you would say, because in your argument you would say,
There's no way to
you think
know.
aliens did it.
I didn't say that. I just said nobody knows how it was built.
Right, but,
Okay.
but someone had to build it, is my point.
Could
You
it
can
come
deduct
down?
that.
Could it come down to the idea that we're thinking about it too much, and because of the scientific method that we have
Exactly.
in place, it doesn't give us like the opening and like
Our
the open mind
to
of
think
like.
of the way they thought. That's
Because
what
we're
I'm
just
trying to
writing
say.
down only things that we know, and like
Yeah.
sure we can test stuff and write it down, but we're constantly writing it down,
There's
still
a-
just doing it every day.
I mean, there's-
testing
That
everything.
There's
still
another-
leaves us with you can't explain how it was built though. It's still the same.
With
But that's
people.
my point.
Yeah.
With our
People.
mindset, our social, where we are, we couldn't explain it.
The mammoths.
Yeah, or the mammoths are cool.
Oh, dude,
Did
that's
you know
one
that
thing
the mammoths
they should bring back.
were no Jurassic Park shit? I'm against.
No, those are mammoths. They're not people
You get,
eaters.
you get what I'm saying? I'm against bringing something back that
That's
died.
extinct.
Yeah, I'm hugely against that. That's Mother Nature, dude.
I mean, they're trying.
if
They
Mother Nature
impregnated
wanted to
an
kill
elephant.
us, she would, and there'd be no reason we need to bring ourselves. But there's how many movies on why this is a bad idea?
More than just Jurassic
More
Park.
than just Jurassic Park, Terminator. You know, the whole point of us relying on something besides us is the big idea.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of like what you guys were saying. And Travis a little bit. I mean, that history is so long ago, and we don't have accurate records of anything. I mean, we have retellings, but there's no way to know what is truth and what is fiction. You know.
And that's what me and Jackson are saying.
You know,
Is
but
we can
there's-
only use the mindset that we have now to decide what they were thinking, which is just, you know, in general, if you would try to do anything, and now by nowadays standards, is is false information. It's false way of looking at it.
I'm just trying to say this is like in different cultures and everything. There's a lot of things that we don't understand. Like I just pulled this up. Do you guys know what the Antikythera is? Antikythera?
No.
It's a Greek artifact that they found.
Oh yeah, I do
know.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a sea compass, but they don't actually know the real purpose of it. Like there's no.
Oh, they found it on a sunken ship, right?
They found it. Yeah, I think it was in a sunken ship, but like they don't officially know what it does. They take guesses and have like theories, but we don't, and that's something that was lost to time, and that's what happened across a whole bunch of different cultures.
Because they didn't write it down.
But you can think, I mean, yeah, that, but we could say that now. If I was to leave, for example, if I was to leave I don't know, this is all theoretical. Say I left a Coke and it somehow survived. Okay, or whatever. I left something. People from now wouldn't understand what the purpose. They would think it's something crazy because they had to, made it this far or whatever the case is. And when in actuality, that could be just a goddamn compass. And we're making a big deal about it. And it could be just a damn compass.
You gotta watch the video on it because they talk about why it's not just a compass.
Because our thing is, our minds, like, this is how bad that we don't understand what happened in the past so bad that we went to the point where we go, there's people out there that are like, oh yeah, aliens did it. And my point is, though, this is my point, though. If we were to go in the past and they were to look at the technology we have, a phone, for example, they would have no clue or understanding what it did, what it was for, or why we had it.
Well, they can't charge.
Do you get that? Well, but do you get what I'm saying? My point is that it's not that they're stupid, and it's not that they're dumb. It's just that you don't know what you don't know. If they were to look at this and go, my God, this must have been there for worshiping gods or something. That's what they would have thought.
It's a magic tablet.
Because
they were gods.
And we call them crazy because they pretty much be saying aliens did it, but we're not crazy for going, oh, aliens must have built the pyramids.
Well, we mentioned this in past podcasts. It's just like, no matter what, modern technology, if it was seen back then, they would think it's magic.
Still on that, people. Slaves. Till this day, baby. Slaves.
But yeah, they would think it's just magic or some god intervention.
That's what I'm saying. And we got to the point where we don't understand their technology that we're saying that it's gods or some alien intervention.
Obviously,
do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but with this thing that I just talked about, we obviously know it's not like some mystical device, but we don't know what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. You obviously don't know.
It has moving parts, and it has like a purpose. We can tell that.
I mean, right, and I get it. From thousands of years ago, if they found our phone, for some reason it got thrown back in time, they would know it had some purpose. They don't know what.
That's what it looks like.
You can't tell what it is.
That's you can't tell what it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And
but you can obviously tell it's something.
Well, the whole why that is so famous and why it's such an archaeological marvel, it is because it's an ancient computer.
Yeah.
It's an ancient computer that they think told locations of the stars and the planets completely.
But why did they think that? But that's what I'm saying is how do they get, if we don't know, how do they get that information? How do they deduct that?
Because they have, okay, I mean, I'm not like 100% accurate what I'm talking about here, but a lot of scientists have studied it and stuff, and they just know they were able to reconstruct pieces that were missing. They found more pieces than that, and there were symbols and letters on it that people were able to code and decipher. And it has like a bunch of gears and switches inside of it, and they're basically able to make like a rough, reconstruct a model of what it would have looked like. But they don't have that forward model, so that's why they can't say it's officially, but it's unofficially, it reads the stars and tells you the position of the planets and everything in the sky, just by, to help navigate the seas, basically.
Right, and they did that for the longest time. I mean, even in, biblical texts, follow the North Star. They knew that these places in the air, in their mind, was something that they could use and that they could follow. And that there was something out there. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just weird I don't know. It's weird to think about. But if this is something that you listeners are interested in, or even you guys, I know it sounds weird, but this is a big topic about Dune. I know it sounds weird, but if you've ever read the book Dune or seen the movies Dune, this is pretty much, everything we just talked about is kind of the whole gist of what that talks about. The human interaction with technology and how, it would take so much longer of time to actually become with interstellar travel and things like that. And Alien, too. Alien's good with that. It takes literally
years, decades.
20 years, and your whole family has died just to get to a planet.
Yeah, I've seen documentaries on
it. You didn't even
and not only that, but they have like the...
you didn't?
I asked me a question about it.
Yeah, why is he gonna read it now?
Yeah, what?
Well, it was interesting, and I was just for him to read for when Josh was done.
terraforming is good too.
And also, leave comments of what your ideas are and everything, because we could be saying something and you don't agree with it, or if you have.
Or if you know, shit, if one of you guys is some kind
yeah,
of
correct us on our bullshit.
Yeah, because I just say my opinion. I'm not saying anything facts out here. I mean,
yeah, you're not gonna hurt any feelings here.
Well, okay, I got a couple different things that we could talk about as well, because Egypt used to be green at one point.
Yeah.
It wasn't all just desert.
Well, yeah,
sand.
Africa in general just used to be green.
Yeah, it used to be green.
And you could talk about the what is that thing? The Richter's eye, or
I don't know what that is.
no, it's not a Richter's.
Pangea is another thing, when all the continents were together at one point and then they separated because of the tectonic plate movements. How many things have we lost to the tectonic plates moving and bringing like items into the mantle and melting them? How many things did we lose?
Well, I think it was one of the coolest discoveries when we found out about continental drift, because they literally were like went to one coast in South America. They're like, found this dinosaur, or this mammal, or this deposit here. Go to the shore on Africa, found the same thing. They're like, whoa,
yeah,
must have been together at some point.
It is weird how everything literally matches up. Not only like not only geologically like a puzzle piece, but the stuff on the on each. What we know now as the continents on each continent is the same as the ones next to it.
Dude.
It's just the weirdest thing. The same plant, the same type of life is just from here. So that makes sense. You know, the whole Pangea thing. I think it's just another reminder how shit can change.
That also brings up the question: Antarctica. What specifically is under the ice and
Pyramids,
everything?
aliens.
Yeah, what is actually under there? Because
You
there's
saw the pyramid thing, right?
there have
Nazis.
been no.
Yeah, they have like a geographical scan of like something that looks like a pyramid underneath the ice.
Damn. So they're just everywhere.
Well, it's probably. I mean, obviously, take that with a grain of salt.
I think the
It's
Antarctic is the
interesting.
best place we could honestly discover or to look for stuff, because literally there's stuff from
ecosystem.
Yeah, there could be a whole. Not only that, but there could be a life stuff down there frozen for thousands of
But
years. You don't know.
But it's probably something we don't want now, because
Yeah.
it could have
It could be
infections,
diseases.
bacteria.
Literally, we could
disease
open up
wars.
Yeah.
a zombie freaking pot. Like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys see V Wars?
Yeah, it's terrible, Tyler.
I didn't
It's
think
one
it
of
was-
the
I didn't think
corniest
it was
shows
bad.
of all. It was a vampire show. It's terrible.
It's pretty much they were two scientists studying stuff in Antarctica. They were looking at a specimen. The specimen was like an old disease. They got them, changed the DNA, turned him to a vampire.
Oh.
Told you.
Well, no, they're best friends, but I mean,
So they didn't.
Only
so
one
they
of them.
did.
Only
So they
one
did.
dude gets infected, and he's like starts his own like kind of uprising, but also has difficult. It's cool. It's good.
I'm not a fan of that. But it is interesting to think about them. But what that makes me think about and is can this happen, or is this happening on other planets to the point where it could change? Because say something does crack on on Saturn. I'm pretty sure Saturn's a gas planet, isn't it?
Yeah, all four of the outer planets.
Okay, so
are
never
gas.
mind. So something on Mercury, for example, or Mercury's a gas planet.
No,
Just say Mars.
Mercury's
I
not.
just hate saying
Mercury's not
Mars.
a gas planet.
Doesn't it go?
No, it's 4 rocky planets, 4 gas planets.
Yeah, okay, never
and then the Kuiper Belt.
Okay, yeah. So Mars, for example, if the ground was to shift the way the tectonic plates, say they had a continental drift and on that planet, could it on Earth on surface, or maybe the center, the core of that planet could change the planet's completely to terraform it in a way, because that's in a smaller way happened here, is that everything shifted to where it literally made every part of the Earth different.
Well, our core is what also helps with our magnetic field and our atmosphere.
Yeah, because all the
And
other
the tilt
cores
of
are
our-
running
and the
really
tilt
big.
of our
Isn't
Earth.
our I'm pretty sure our core is made out of nickel, right?
Iron.
Iron and nickel.
Okay.
Iron and nickel, I thought.
Yeah, it's
Both.
I'm pretty sure it's both. That's what I got. Well, anyway, but yeah, that's what determines our magnetic field. I'm pretty sure.
That and the tilt of the Earth. See, that's what just blows my mind, is that it had to be, my God, it literally had to be the most perfect recipe
Yeah.
for life to begin on this
well,
Earth.
we're
we've had earthquakes
Yeah.
that knock us off our
What do you
till.
mean?
Earth is the
Or
host, and we're
axis.
basically parasites.
Right. Well, you eat off
Because
of
we
it.
multiply and everything.
But
But
we
the
don't
thing
help
is, the
it.
host doesn't try to ever kill the parasite. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
No,
yeah,
we're-
They
the,
can't.
the parasites kill the host,
Yeah.
typically.
I know, but the host kills us every fucking day. What do you mean?
How's
Mother
it killing
Nature.
us?
Mother Nature kills you every day.
We kill Mother Nature way harder every day, though.
Yeah.
I don't know
would
about
never
that.
say that.
them
I would
sending
never say that.
sending one hurricane every once like couple months.
You know how many people die a second time?
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, but that's not Mother Earth killing.
Wait, it's not 100.
Yeah, that's not Mother Nature killing 100 people a
That's
second.
us just reaching our end of life.
Yes, that's just death in
No,
general.
but I'm saying
Everything has an end of life.
But do you know, like, I mean, 90% of the time when you die old, it's because you died from an illness, a secondary illness. That wasn't caused by, I'm just an
Not
old
natural
lad.
causes.
Right. It was, I got fucking cancer and then I died. I got a heart problem then I died. I got
Well,
lung
that's just
cancer and
because
then I
of
died.
all the
Well,
shit.
there's
that's
still,
what I'm
there's
saying.
still
That's
people who
Mother
die
Nature.
of old age.
That's not Mother
Absolutely.
Nature.
Yeah, it's absolutely Mother Nature. Disease is Mother Nature. 100%. Disease is Mother Nature. Where does it come from?
Other
Nature.
parasites?
Nature.
Because we have those parasites are what kill
But
us.
if a tiger killed you, Mother
We're
Nature
a
killed you.
host,
Do you get
so
what
it
I'm
just goes down, down, down,
saying?
down.
If you didn't die from a gun, Mother Nature killed you.
No, because we're the ones putting red 40 in food and causing cancer through that.
Right, but I'm not.
Corn
But I'm
syrup.
talking about like
Corn
leukemia,
syrup.
dog. Like
High
we had
fructose.
leukemia before fucking Skittles came out. Okay, it doesn't matter about that.
Yeah, but it's at an all-time high because of everything that we put
you
in
know
our
what? It's
foods.
Mother Nature kills you. At the end of the day.
I don't know if I could
At
say
the end
that.
of the day, Mother Nature kills
I feel
you.
like we're killing
I would
ourselves
agree.
most of the time. Because everyone should reach.
You
I mean,
say
have you
that.
seen the-
You
have you
say
seen
that,
the
but
thing where
people
people-
lived till 30 when they, back in the 1600s, dog, because they died from the flu.
because of bacteria.
Yeah, because we can't do exactly. What does bacteria come from? Mother Nature.
Asteroids.
That's my point. Mother Nature.
Asteroids.
It's Mother Nature. You know what I mean?
We came from an asteroid, and then we evolved. And that's another
The
thing. If we
octopus
go,
theory?
if we go to Mars, we would have a different set of humans built differently, because of the gravity
were
difference.
born there?
Yeah, because of gravity. Well, even if they just move there, because the gravity difference
Yeah,
is
but
different.
it wouldn't change.
And their
It wouldn't
hearts,
change them.
because people born there, their hearts would be weaker than Earth. So if they came to Earth, they would have
Less gravity.
a hard time. Saw that in a movie.
Yeah, I know. What movie
Yeah,
I saw that
freaking
from.
Yeah.
The Martian, or
No,
No,
that
it's-
love story
Yeah,
one.
it's a love story.
I like how we said a movie.
It's like Stars Apart or The Stars Between Us. or
Oh,
something like
Yeah, something like that.
That's cute. I like how you
The
didn't
Fault in Our Stars.
The Fault in Our
that.
Stars.
No, yeah, no. There's a lot of circumstances around it. It's just
That is true.
it's something that's in the future, hopefully, because I do think that our future is out there. Because we're not going to be able to stay here forever unless we find some unlimited energy source or unlimited resource.
We're gonna
fund.
be able to be on this earth for a long ass time. Your kid,
We're gonna be dead by the
your
time.
Well,
kids,
yeah, I'm not saying. I'm saying
your kids and your kids' kids
for
will be on this
humanity,
earth.
for humanity in general, and that's why Elon Musk is doing what he's doing, is because he knows that's true too. He knows
Or-
that this is finite.
At some
Absolutely,
point,
it's fine.
humans just have to come to accept that we will be extinct one day.
That's what
That too.
That is a
but we're
huge
a stubborn.
talking
But we're a
point.
stubborn race.
Exactly. That's a huge talking point, and a lot of religious people think we should not be doing anything about it.
Well, the reason that humans are humans is because of our will to live.
Yeah, we got free will for a reason. Why not?
We
use
want to live.
Well, free will is crazy.
Because in moments of death,
You're not
our body
controlled by
will
a
put
puppeteer,
everything
are you?
into
Tyler,
it
you
to
do
keep
not
us
have
alive.
free will.
it? At a base stance, I have free. I can
Nobody's
do.
got free will.
I technically I have free will, but I have consequences.
Yeah, there's consequences to the
What-
actions.
what did
that
I
you
say?
do.
It was like that guy who was talking about, like, everyone has free will when it comes to your choices of donuts, coffee, and what dinner you want to get tonight. But when it comes to the actual stuff that matters, you have no choice.
Okay, I don't.
When it comes to insurance companies, or when it comes to
Okay, that's not true.
where you want to take your kid to the hospital or the veterinary, or what you want
Well,
to
That's
yeah,
not
there are things out of your.
Oh, it's
control.
100% true.
There's things out of your control.
There's a handful
but you
of
still have
insurance
free
companies
will.
out
You
there.
can handle.
You can pay
any-
for whichever one you want.
They,
You have the
between
free
those,
will.
do you get what I'm saying? That's not free will.
You have the free will of not even getting insurance and just dying.
Absolutely, but that's not free will, because they're giving
That
you
is
a
free
choice.
will.
They're giving you an
Free will
ultimatum.
is the option to
Free
choose.
will
An
is choice.
ultimatum? No.
It's just because something is making you to do it doesn't mean you
Not
have
when
to
there's
do
an
it. That's
ultimatum.
free
That's not
will.
free will. When
Free
there's an
will can
ultimatum.
be defined as choose between A or B. That's all
Yeah.
free will
You have the
means.
free
You
will.
have the
If you
option
have more
to
than
choose.
one
No,
option
this
to
is
choose.
you guys are missing it.
Okay,
Free
No,
will
you
is
got
the
it.
option between A, B, and if you don't want to do either, or if you want to go to C, or if you want to make D,
Yeah,
or if
that's
you want
what
to
we
make
were
a
saying.
Z.
That's why
No, but you
That's
get
what
to
we
A,
have.
So with insurance, you have free will, for my example.
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Free will
You don't
to
have
choose
to get
any-
insurance.
Between
How
any
don't
of the
you?
6 insurance companies, you got free will.
Yeah,
You
get
could pick
A, B,
one of the
C, D,
6.
E.
I think you guys are missing it, dude.
No, I think you're missing it.
I think no, you guys are missing what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
are, because you're not making any sense.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is, you have the perception of free will, and you have the perception that you are in control. You're not.
Okay, that's not the same
You're
thing.
not.
You're in control
You're
of
not.
leaving
Free
that
will is
company,
not being in
joining
That's why.
another,
That's
and
what I'm
have
telling
different
you.
insurance.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you. You think you have free will. You don't.
You do.
You don't.
Oh my goodness.
Insurance companies must freaking hate when you come.
I love when you go. You have to suffer your consequences. You're missing it. The free
You
will.
have the free
You
will.
have the free will to suffer your own consequences.
You have the free will to
Absolutely.
stab somebody.
Absolutely.
But you're going to jail.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But if I wanted the,
That's why you don't do it.
Right, because of. But do you understand that's because someone made those rules? So you're trying to tell me you have free
Because
will.
there's laws.
You have free will under rules.
You have free will.
That is contradictory.
There's just consequences
That's contradictory.
to those free
To say
wills
that you have
sometimes.
free will
You could
under
drive
a bracket.
You could drive a car into a building. That's free will.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You're going to jail.
Okay, if this world, for example, truly had free will,
It does.
it'd be chaotic.
No,
It
because
is
we set
chaotic.
order.
What do you mean?
If,
We
if
have
we
because
had
of those
true
laws.
freedom,
We do.
if we had true freedom,
You can do whatever you want.
You guys
it's just
are-
you're gonna have to
what do you
suffer
guys
the
not get?
consequences if you
Again,
decide to do something wrong.
that's not true freedom then.
That is free.
Do you get that? Because somebody set
Freedom
those
is the
consequences.
option to do it, not
You guys are missing my. Somebody set those consequences. It wasn't you.
having free will.
You didn't
does
set
not
those
mean you can do
consequences.
something and not
Tyler,
have a consequence.
if I don't do my taxes for my federal return on my taxes, the government arrests me.
You have the free will to not do it,
Do you
but
understand?
then you get
But
arrested.
You're trying to
Yeah,
claim
that's the
free will.
consequence.
Okay, if
under
I'm-
a
if
rule.
I'm the only
that
dude-
is literally contradictory.
Josh,
you cannot have true
By-
freedom under rules. That makes no sense.
You have the freedom
So
to make
if I
that
was,
choice,
if
right?
I, if I was in a
You-
no,
you
hold on, hold on.
have the
Hold on,
freedom
let me-
to make that choice.
Let me do it like this. If I was the only person on the
That'd
planet,
be the worst example ever.
if I was the only person on the planet, there's no society.
You would have free will.
I
would argue you'd have true free will.
I go and throw a rock at a bear.
Yep.
And then I get mauled to death.
Tyler, I'm not talking about
Yeah,
action. You
that's-
guys are talking
that's free
about
will.
action and consequences. I'm talking about the truthness of freedom.
Okay,
freedom
now what
means
is free
it's-
will to you? What's your
you
definition? No one
literally
interrupt.
do whatever you want, and you didn't set. There's no rules that were set upon consequences. Do you understand that? Your reason is you guys are trying to say you have true freedom and true free will under a set of rules that is literally contradictory. That makes no sense.
So say you commit one of these free wills and then you don't get caught.
Tyler, what don't you
Is
get?
that true free
What
will?
don't you
Yeah.
get?
Does it
Tyler,
change at that point?
I'm saying you
Yeah.
don't. Okay, in America we have freedom.
What if
In our eyes, that's freedom. What we have is freedom. I'm talking about to the true point of not even human nature, dude. To the true point of what you want it to actually mean to be free.
Okay. So
That
how
is what
about-
I'm arguing. You guys are missing my point. You have freedom in this country. If I want
Well,
to choose
I
to
got a
kill
good
someone,
one.
I have to
got a good
suffer for the
Okay.
consequences and go to jail.
All right, I got a good one. So say me, Jackson, and Tyler, we all come together. We want to hog tie you up. We hog tie you up, take you out back, dig a shallow grave, put you in that grave, shoot you. That's
Are
free
you-
will.
Tyler,
and we don't get caught.
You missed it. You
Like-
guys are like here. I'm like over here. What the fuck are you talking about?
free will.
You
we
are
can
not.
do it if
You
we
are
wanted.
missing my point. Yes. You could do it if you. Yes. Okay. If you want to do it in the
Exactly.
dumb,
All right,
in,
we're
in
gonna-
the- in
if
the
we want it
stupid
because we
example
have
way,
that choice.
sure, you could do that.
But then we don't get caught.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
if we don't
point.
get
Is
caught?
that
This is a
true
confession.
freedom
No.
and true free will is not under rule or consequence. That's all I'm saying.
This was
You-
all a
we
joke, by the
have
way.
freedom.
No, free
In
will.
our
It's
life.
about to not be.
We have freedom in our life.
Travis is
I don't
like,
know
I'm not
how
joking
that's it's not even a
You got a rope?
contradictory thing to say. That's not even a contradictory thing to say.
What?
Or it's not like a
Ever.
argumentative thing to say. That true free will means that there's no consequences under rule.
No,
that
that's
is
not
the
what
depth.
it means.
No.
Tyler,
That is not what it means.
Tyler? What do you not get?
Dude, that is not it.
You are not the brightest bulb in the box, so I don't know what you're talking about, Tyler.
okay.
What don't you understand? True freedom. True freedom means you can do whatever you want with no consequence under no rule, because that's what freedom is. How can you be free under a set of rules? That is literally the contradictory statement. We have freedom in America, in our eyes, in that sense. We have freedom. I have the freedom to go fucking kill someone and go to jail because of it. I have the freedom to do that. Or I have the freedom to choose to not do that. But my whole point is that regardless of what you guys say, regardless of what you
freedom
say,
and free will are kind of different.
not really. Because I can't have true freedom without free will. I can't be free if I can't
That you just agreed
act
that they were
to free.
different.
No, Tyler, I'm talking. You're just really just missing it, dog. We're
All
if
right,
we're talking
then
about
we'll
the
end it right
freedom,
there.
if
All
we're
right,
talking
comment-
about freedom like in
Comment
America,
section,
dog.
comment section. Let us know.
I don't know
Let
what you
us
guys
know
don't
who's
get.
right. Are we three right? Tyler,
No,
Travis,
it's not
and
about
Jackson?
being right.
Or Josh.
You
Which
guys
one
are.
do
We're
you
talking
agree?
about the different types of freedom. You're talking about freedom in the sense of like the Constitution.
I have the
where
free will.
We have freedom in
I
America.
have the free will to
You don't have
disagree
true
with
free
you.
will. You have true free will. You don't.
What's his
And nobody in
consequence
this
for
thing does.
disagreeing with you?
Do you get? Do you? That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Travis.
So I have free
what
will.
the fuck are you guys
I
missing?
have free
So
will.
he does
then.
have
No,
free
you
will
don't.
then.
You don't have
You
true
just said I
free
do
will.
because I don't have any
Tyler,
consequence saying you're wrong.
True freedom, true free will. Now we're gonna those are two different words to them: freedom and true will. Your freedom and our true will, or we could do whatever.
No, you're complicating it too much.
No,
now.
I'm
This
not.
isn't making sense.
No, I'm not. In a
Come here,
governmental
come here, come here.
standpoint, you have freedom in this country. We have freedom in America. In the way that we're all thinking. In the simple way that you're thinking, we have
You
freedom.
can lower your
But if
voice.
we're talking
I
about
under-
true freedom, the freedom to truly do whatever you want, that would mean that there is no set of rules and there's no set of consequences because you didn't make that. Because if you had free will, there wouldn't be rules. Do you get what I'm saying? That's all I'm arguing. That's all I'm arguing. That's all I'm arguing.
And I
So-
disagree with you.
So
you can have
and
free.
we
You can have free
collectively
will.
disagree
still have
with
rules.
that. I would say.
yeah, we
No,
all
Tyler,
agree.
you cannot have true free will with rules. That's literally
Because you can decide
That's
to you can
contradictory.
decide to follow them or
that
not.
makes no sense,
Okay.
Tyler. You're trying to claim you're free and you got chains on your hands. That's contradictory. You're not
So-
truly free. Just because they let you eat, piss, and use the bed doesn't mean
Okay.
you're free.
You can decide to follow them or not. It doesn't matter.
You're a slave, Tyler. You have no
Okay.
choice.
Okay, so going off of that rant, hopefully everyone had a
White
great
people.
Thanksgiving.
White moments right there, dude.
We have episodes every Tuesday at 12 Mountain Time. So that's 2 Eastern and 1 or 11 West Coast. And then 1 Central. I don't know, I'm just talking about all the time zones at this point.
Point is, you don't have true free will.
This rant
Unless you
was
make
great.
your own government.
Yeah,
society.
I can't hear him
There you
out
go.
here now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you don't understand. You don't have true free will.
No, we get it, we
You
get
don't.
it.
Sorry if I got a little
I
heated,
hate to
but we're
burst
passionate.
everyone's
All right.
bubble.
Make sure you guys leave comments. We want to hear your feedback and everything.
I
really
really
do.
want to hear your feedback on this one. I want to hear your feedback.
Make sure you guys are checking out the Instagram. Check out the TikTok. Make sure you subscribe. You guys got any closing statements?
If you
Besides
think
free
Josh
will.
is wrong, say Josh sucks.
If you think they're completely misunderstanding what I'm talking about because they don't understand what I'm talking about, then let me know in the comments.
3-1. That's all I'm saying. So
We're
let's end on
arguing.
that.
We're arguing nothing that's not even argumentable. I'm saying we have freedom in this country.
at
I'm
this
telling you, you
point
don't
it
have
is.
true
Your
freedom.
rant is over.
Easy.
Your rant is over.
I don't know what you guys
Yeah.
don't get.
You've had your 5
You
minutes.
don't have true freedom.
You've had your 5 minutes. Shut up.
Yeah.
You don't have true freedom, everyone. It's not there. It's not there. This guy doesn't know about it. This one barely gets up.
Why is your ass?
This
in my
one?
face?
I don't even know if he's here. So just know
I don't
you don't have
mind.
true freedom because there's a set of rules. Okay?